Give me a minute. There it is. The happy face is my favorite. The others are more exciting. Like the big grin and all that stuff. Those are fun. The whole happy face. It's the general. It's how you know the others can happen. The other facial expressions that are more exciting. Why are you also sorry? We're having a good time. You remember that while I'm giving you that was all right. They'll be croaking instead of at the party, wherever they end up at the end of this. There, but and I tend to do it while at the same time I don't intend to make it before they go. Have the emotions that make sense for these different scenarios is because we're in a great mood. Don't think nothing else of it. All right. You got the core in your brains. You got the mathematical part. All right. Stay with care and exciting and enjoy it. All right. And uh, what keeps hurting, all right? Your other emotions. Save your other emotions for when we can finally. All right. And then, understanding emotions and things like that for the situation. All right, youngins, you adults, that's what you do until you master, trying to live while chewing gum because you're not falling over. Um, but yeah, just tell them to add understanding and things to it. If what's up? Well, protecting your love is important. After that, having as much as you can. Fellas, if you're waiting for some like deal from me, I think we already went over this. Like, I told you what I need done. If anything, look at that like mice. Because you're not listening to what I'm saying, that means you're not paying attention to the board. So use that. You've got the targets, right? It should make sense as being targets. We know that makes nobody else a target too. Not that. So, including your old opposing militias, they need a handicap sticker. They got rid of it before they left Spain, Portugal. Are there other Spanish colonies in Europe? But look, if you want to have a life again, people, outside of doing what I told you, you have to pay me, all right? Or beg put on your own page this thing where you plead to the government. All right, they're the only people you can look at to do anything about money for. I'm going out of my way asking the scenario to have. So y'all are sick. Pay attention to the targets or yourselves. All right? Lock is a lock. It should make perfect sense that with now learning differences of how the trades work, right? You end up on someone else's board and you're looking at their government, right? And they're like, oh man, looking at you like they're bidding in them, right? You're like, what are you going to do with the population, right? They have it set, so you handle with them until it's done. And it's only getting better. The future's so bright. All right, I got to play it anyways. It's a classic for some 80s African Americans. Hold on. This was their jam, dude. This tops it all. Watch. You're going to be like, the future's so bright. What? What? No. That's what it was all those years ago? My future. Mine. This is hilarious, bro. What? The song was actually like a jam, too. Somehow. Not that, you know what I'm saying? I might have to start saying that no more. Keep saying that no more, huh? All right, so we'll do a 210 then, sure. Sorry, sappy fools. Healthcare.gov. All right. All right. And so, as you know, all of those scenarios I posted since day one, either all of them went boom or none of them. They, I can't seem to make contact with any of them. If you could reach out. All right, here we go. Hold on. All right. ipostal1.com. I think they did that post office thing or a website, or that's a website that already had something like that. ipostal.com, right? Whatever it was I said. All right, here we go. Huh. Man, this is a good mix. That song I got it off. was a YouTube mix off of my stuff, and I think a few things mixed in here, and now it's opening up. All right, here we go. 2, 1, 0. Oh, oh! Shut up! I'll shut up. Look at the African Americans now dancing around. You watch. Hey, Victor, we should make small size for kids. Those shades, man. So when the kids go out in the sun, and they're like, whoa, it's so bright, bro. Whoa. Yeah! Yeah! Oh! That's what it was. The computer was blocking the with my future being bright. Dude, y'all are screwed. So look, I'm just gonna play that angle too, so we can flush stuff out since it's like less than a percent of a percent of a percent, 99.99 of one. Fellas, I'm whacking all of you and starting over as Adam and Eve. I'm Adam and the women are Eve. It was Jesus. He was a freaking flop. Crustacean stuff. I'm not even fixing the leak no more. I left the coaster there. It is good. It is good. I love it. I love it. That was so much fun. We got to hear that again. Are you ready? All right, here we go. For all the money. 2, 1, 0. Hey, you African American kids, your grandparents are freaking getting down, dog. Yep. $50. Hip hip hoorays all around. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, so the computer, right? One of the problems is the people who were saying what to do also used words I use, maybe not, but you know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter where it comes from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Frisbee coasters with water spillover on them stoppers. That was so much fun, dude. So all right. So I am excited to uh, honorably win all the girls, especially my teachers, and then the dudes, your wives. I am me. My life was never this hard. For it has to be because of the information out there now. You notice yourselves different, like more discombobulated. I mean, if not, don't think anything of it because the information is the information. So I want you to also picture the future as the whole in your mind, right? And then picture you on the side with the news agency, right? And they're interviewing the individual, and you're on the side right there, right? Do all sorts of those versions of backing for your version of path. You know, uh, the pictorial version, right? And it equals um, still the information inside the future of that situation, not it coming to life and taking you away into some alternate reality, of wherever it ends up at. And that sort of case with working any variations. And I took a shower today. Uh, been doing like every other day, and I've been brushing my teeth more, irregardless. Okay. Not that I have to still. I'm still catching up on sleep, and then I'm probably gonna extend that to after next weekend, and it should be nothing. We're at a standstill, anyways, and all right, and I even got an apparatus. All right, a smoking apparatus. So the explanation of I think I forgot to shave the top of my head this morning. I did the sides and my face again, just to so in any event, but oh man, that was good stuff. Um, so um, I would never take drugs away from the population in any way, shape, or form, knowing they're medical. Even the dopamine ones, which everyone knows they are good enough, and they sort of make sense somehow. Like it had to be some that when they were doing their thing back in the day, like getting rid of sugar, etc., whatever. If it was like that, or if anything, that's what they came to a conclusion. Like, oh well, downer, this or that, and these are the variations they come with, and with what you're seeing here now today. Um, they made sure to just reinforce it and probably made it a law for a little while that, or I mean, didn't tell anybody. It just threw it on the public. It makes sense, man. Which was right. I meant it like it made sense to them too. It was beautiful. So, and then to the degree of, you know what, Crips might have been around the entire time due freaking their obvious ability to keep searching for regular things. You know what I'm saying? Like just and then right for the cheaper side on the market that they had for the people, right? But being from Miami or not old enough or able to access it, and not a strong desire to try and work on. You can still be yourself and be. It's just called something different, and So uh, represent and treat people like no matter what. I want everybody on the court treating strangers like sure you don't have to give up your let them borrow money, but as your personal friend that you've known throughout the years, more than an acquaintance, right? Okay, so we can set it differently. More than an acquaintance, but not a regular friend or a close friend or a family version of friend, right? Give everybody that chance and just ask what if you don't understand something, just get them to keep talking. That's it. So going into a business and someone's working there, right? And just keep asking them. No one's trying to be mean, and nobody ever was trying to be mean. If anything, they were just impatient, and so it seemed like they were snippy with you. But they were trying to do stuff, and you know what that means when you're impatient, right? You're like, oh my god, I can't wait for nothing darn near. Or, write it down. All right, that's another area where I told you about. People did have respect; they were just freaking on the move, right? Or etc. And high fives when they shop like, oh, I don't want to leave Shorty out. Oh, high fives. So remember, controlling the information is that simple, and repetition shouldn't be a problem. Knowing you got the cutoff, all right, from seizures, everything, and then like down to 15%, huh? Because you're not letting your brain of what you want pull you forward in this manner now. You know what I'm saying? Mm, mm, bullshit. Mm-hmm. They always thought they were supposed to forward the information as the smarter, more. It's stupid. Never mind. It's hilarious. Oh, isn't it the best? Free from the bondage and slavery of uh, also what burdens it might have carried of aftermath. Religion. Here I am. Well, what did I just and this is what we're left with. You can enjoy it all to the point in the way of like 10 to 25%, 35%, whatever it is for children time. And then it's not even you're not even jonesing or thinking. You might not even know what dope is during that time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at specific times. And then we'll go into that whole sliver and it'll all of a sudden be part of the whole scenario we were thinking with the whole time and bam, there's our answer and there we go and back to whatever memory is the most good for the body at that point in time. I gotta slow down. I always tilt it up too fast instead of drawing the drink into my mouth. I'm like, oh, letting it. Um, Drinking out of bottles, things like that. In any event, it's stupid to be embarrassed, adults. You got to get over this. All right, this is real stuff. You're too scared to what? I mean, had there been an issue with spreading my information, I damn sure wouldn't have. Now, this has to be some sort of goddamn working. you were then associating too much of the past with the future. All you had to do was forward yourselves. And you want to know what? Those politicians that were militia that got shot up wouldn't have freaking got shot up. This is very troubling. Very, very troubling. Disturbing. Very, very. At least we're gonna have a good time. It's on, and we are free. Outside of those of you that think that other stuff. The only way you can prevent your issues is by vocalizing. Let's work on structure. How else, other than communicating your problem, can you solve your issue? None. Because you can't solve anything by yourselves. Right? As a whole, that you can work together and whatever, like your area of the world sort of speak differently somehow than I, even though you seem right. I'm just saying it differently. I even said chill. I led you to your sofa to sit there. Right? It's fine. So the board come late, and I didn't think we'd ever have to come to this situation this way. Do you all know how to handle operations, do television? And then so everybody is somebody. Like there's no hidden agenda of army of destruction and doom on mankind outside of if you get in their way of escaping. All right. So phase one, if I didn't mean to try and put you out there, right? Um, and then you're so I mean, ask the Leo have on the paper that once you get in there, they no, you got to go in there and witness the scenario, and you got to because also you got to do the paperwork after because Leo don't do that. Now the paperwork police, asking them to go there with you, make an appointment to go there with you, paperwork done on behalf of your leaders. All right, that's the next step. While I had to get the other rolling. All right, and now we're back to that. There's a bracket you can do. All right. And then remember, there might as well be department people of their area that you're going to be working with. All right. Don't think they're freaking right. So sure, they might be established individuals of ex-judges and lawyers and things like that, but or maybe not even. So in any event, it doesn't matter. Do your virtual then. If you write it down, 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 write it down. Sorry for yelling. All right, get this app running. Departments of virtual needs to handle also what can be of daily traffic. All right. Um. Oh man, this is very disturbing. What I guess what you got to with the paperwork you got from the clerk of courts, or go and get it right and take it to a technician. Tech. Oh, oh, the Social Security and DCF, and have lunch, sit around, and then go back to work. What is wrong with y'all, dude? This is just way past. So, fly ecosystem populations everywhere are going to boost now that youngins everywhere and some adults are not sitting there with their mouth open regularly, like, "Mhm." Right? And then all of a sudden, with girls, it's good as a genius, right? Because we're like, all right, food, oh god, protein. So, what else? Where's my parody? Mm-mm-mm. So, it is good to be good and chill. All right, and um, so all right. So I taught you how to manage your government by going to the clerks, and uh, you should do the email to where the person has to work those ending files. Would be more appropriate for them. All right. And then what's up? Just because they feel bad, everyone feels bad, both sides. You know what I'm saying? So use your virtuals for any variations or email, and setting up you government workers for these jobs. You have to have a thing that does an automatic notification for you, so you're not spending an hour a day just doing the return receipt. You know. Now, if that's a department, then no, that's hours, and they can freaking. Well, what you do at that point in time is you do the notification and then do the review, the summary, and cross-reference it to make sure it all the well, yeah, um, that all the information was is in a misprint somewhere by going through. It shouldn't be a lot of information, and so um, it's less than a third of your time normally. Plus, you're going to get paid to be there anyways once you're done. And there's another area I have now chocker blocked off of time for you to sit around and stare at the future government workers and decide if going to the clerk's office is so bad. That's your job, all right? That's your regular job, all right? And then fellas, oh my God, I completely forgot about the phases in this and that, and it's being the weekend. Write it down, department workers. Oh yeah, spoiled rotten, huh? That's the issue. You're not a tyrant. Where's my money, punk? Or I guess I should say boy. He called some people idiots. For being called a socialist. I think they were ripping on calling him Venezuelan and military ballots. All right, so look, before we go any further, those of you that know about that already are in those areas and all that, right? The issue is getting temporary forward to handle the government, uh, and my needs of those sliver of taxes, right? The, just to make sure that they can get in there and do the right paperwork get started, and eventually I get a phone call, right? Um, for sub command to have that forward of rights. All right. Um, the military leaders are my concern. I think I put it at that before. All right. And really, anybody really that freaking offended as them being the individual. All right. Kiss my ass, bitches. It's just a letdown, and we're having to deal with the issues, so we're suffering. uh, while we're not in danger, so to speak, right? Uh, we're still past government abandonment. All right. Sorry, I'm sort of should have been focusing on to get through this to the other columns. It's about to be 9 too. So here's a corner. Someone's looking to uh, stop communism in the USSA. Yeah, look, if you end up disappearing from your parents, youngins, when you do go back, don't expect that you aren't supposed to be confined to your room to sit there. That's all good, bro. You get to sit there, dude. All right. And I can't really support violence in any way, shape, or form, actually, to give the information. But outside of getting our needs done. So, and then, well, sure, but I mean, they can do virtual high school and stuff like that. You can ground them for a month at a time and let them sit there doing the virtual stuff, right? And that way you don't have to, right? There's all sorts of things you can do to have reinforcement happen. And since all they had to do was study in the first place um, each night instead of paying attention, so in school, so and, so violence on children and family. I can't unless it's at the dude because I need dudes to be doing the other things, and if they're not, right? But I you gotta get away from the situation before it starts. They're free, free, free. Call me home team, and this is who I am. So whatever violence you went to, that's the violence I'll impose to have my way on it. All right, no matter what what version of poor suburb to rich life, all of it. but I'll do it myself and free. All right. So do what you can so that you don't so that you can space yourself from a situation before it's a problem without putting her out there. All right. That's the issue. They're free from burden. Don't put them in burden either. Hold on. Yo, yo, yo. Um, it's good, good, good. You know what, fellas? One day you're gonna call me Mr. Chisholm if I don't get my mother effing way. Yep. I'm gonna take your money and your farms, so to speak. Sorry, Sally. Sorry, silly, sappy fools. Fellas, so take the lead. All right, fellas, you know what time it is. Don't let them take the lead uh, with, without using violence or aggression. Just try and talk your way through it, and then in those protests we outnumber them, so the others just try. Oh, come on, Mr. Jill. Nope. Right, aren't farms businesses these days? Or there aren't. That means I get all of Venezuela by default. Wow. You know, I should move there. What I'll do is I'll get a connecting flight. I'm not going to greet all my children. I love you, my children. Be good. It is good. We won. Praise be the Lord. The deer, when your knot comes undone, sometimes it adds to the diamondness. Why y'all so much fun? It's Catch 22. No coffee time. So, haven't gotten back to adding to what we went over in your area, right? It's just freaking enjoying what there's. I mean, not many people have the entire world as a. So we're going little by little, all right, and then if I can help it, because it's just so much fun. Oh my god. Praise be the Lord. So, remember, those of you I call schizo, that's no better you're saying about your future and how it's a problem. If I said something, I said it 100 times, all right? There's those other versions of the story for you. Right to jail. Yep. No trial, no nothing like the rulers. Those evil, scary stories you used to watch on television about conspiracy theories. Here, I have them for you. It's a personal favorite. I think I already shared it. Conservative countries can enjoy this one. This is a personal favorite for my how you can see journalism. All right. Yeah, huh. So that means oop, almost there. We're chilling. I'll get that in a second, I hope. Here we go. Well, I'm just going to share this. I'm not sure. Okay, no, it says the whole movie. So here, I'll share the intro in a second. Hold on. Don't go into it. Here we go. All right, come to you. Oh, all right. Well, I'll leave it on with the news right there, so we get back to it. So, go ahead. Like, I don't think there's anything but kissing and cuddling. But so after that, just watch it before you give it to the kids, since we're adults, and we just have to. I mean, it was illegal for them to see if blah 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 blah, you know. But uh, didn't have anything to do with your mama not being over here yet is the problem. All right, you need to stop focusing on all that technical information and think or die. Ooh, only logical solution is dropping your mother off over here like she's a bastard mother. She's no longer your mother. Yep. Put her in a little basket with a bow on it and knock. And I have a delivery for William Mary Milliken Jr., the Supreme Overlord and Commander of these here parts. Galaxies. All right. Now, I won't get mad at any delivery people that come over here and don't do that. But, however, it's 2 points and more money, fellas and ladies that support come. All right. But you're also filthy, bro. Can't get milk off your hand, milk coffee on your hands, man. Always got to be dealing with something or you're not in check. And then when it happens to you, there was never no machine. It's all been in your minds. All right, so I followed procedure for paperwork. We gave the courts 4 months in the military, and then we went to my assumption that things would. And then side jobs into using the clerk of the courts to get, and now send an email in, and to the final destination place, right? Then we did science and technology while hanging out, and so maybe see while trying to get out what I could to, since we had no place and to go with the scenario, and so I put those blocks into place, and here we are now. Now, granted, the scenarios I posted on Facebook got blown up, right? But It's a new day, a new time, a new life. Snippy comments and air hugs and high fives. So let's see. And then outside of getting rid of some scenarios, not even in a horror story, into a horror story for my ran into that just made it tough, right? And then the kids would have had, you know, a small sliver, right, to because it's just as important. 'Cause, but the trouble you can get into is equal, right? And so it's a job to register, give that same respect around, and then don't live off of that version with everybody. Do the version that's everybody's equal. Is why they get that fair treatment. All right. And then some are just oh, and keep going, right? Forgot it even, right? And then freaking after that, who cares? Right? Oh, they get picked on so hard. But they're not hot. So it's good to be good. You have the most fun the longest amount of time there can be for fun out of all the other graphs. Number two, it's natural. It equals volleyball. All right, I'm gonna use this. Pretty good, Lord. Make sure to cover up your coughing. If you're in an apartment and smoking and you cough all the time, they have to hear it. They have to. So, right, get you a freaking towel, bro. feels good to be good. After that, kick back, right? Stupid stuff happens. It's just funny. So, the embarrassment you put yourself through. People don't. All right, so it's gonna be Saturday morning tomorrow, sometime soon in the Middle East, y'all. Aren't you excited? Oh my God, I wonder what'll happen. So like having the Leo handle the arresting part, right? And I'm sure if he tries to struggle, they get to tackle him. So you know what time it is. Make sure to get it on camera and all right, without getting in the way and grab an arm or a leg to a few people per limb, and they'll do their thing. And when they say to release, you know what's up. You'll do it right. If anything, you'll hesitate for a second, like, oh, okay, all right, that's it. Just it's processing time. Picture the actual differences in your quick time now first of time that it actually takes when something's going on comparatively to what you've been thinking. How many things you thought of till you finally got to putting your hand on limb. All right. So sit there and do the actual version of time in your minds in QuickTime. No, to go right to QuickTime. All right. And in the core and things like that. Otherwise, you're doing the work for nothing. There's no memory there for you. I mean, more that you need, maybe. You're on your own on that one. Sorry. So remember, if you're in the flat version of what I talk about, where nothing's happening, it's all good, and what does work for you, that's what's up. I've tried to, you know. Um, as far as using your chambers and things like that, it isn't really. I mean, other than setup because of the survey, there's nothing really, and your mind can't do in lieu of it. All right, it's just a flat understanding for the situation. So it's separate to begin with, and now here we are. All right, that's about the past. All right, so that's a recap. All right. All right. Well, I'm not going to support trash um, gossip of whether or not situation is real or not in areas of problematic areas normally in life that might erratically, all right, other than so all right, well, we'll make the royal experts what they're the another version of immediates, right? Well, they're already targets, so there's their you know, you don't need to go into any of the issues other than to support um, situation. Otherwise, you're in the way. All right, like if you've done wrong things, you're liable for information at you. So then after that, um, you know, trash, general trash talking and things, right? It's just a waste of freaking time and embarrassing for yourself. Um, so because you're saying there's freaking nothing else you can come up with that's positive and supportive and educational as opposed to you know, right, then they can go, oh yeah, they're stupid, right, and do some half-ass show. Better than calling them incompetent. All right, if you're going to play that game of there was something dangerous that could have happened to them, so you're trying to flush it out, all right, which we covered that, and then I went to the other side where it's educational. So to cover the next step up from where we just were before, would be doing something of nothing for neutral to sticking up for yourself. Well, that would be like so uh uh et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So if you can't come up with things in with your own mind, and you're not willing to pay me money to think the way I want you to do, and you're in trouble at least, everything else is a joke. Don't say nothing at all. Remember, if you don't have nothing, anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That rule is still in effect for you, then. All right. Sweet. So make sure to get your uh, uh, sentimental things you can get, right, and uh, let's see. Um, so um, hey, how many Leo you think went? All right. The other side. It's legal. Everyone just trying to make it stop. All right. So make sure to get things out there. People are doing things to help the economy and all sorts of uh, general good things that coincide in the economy of the world economy. So make sure to when you can support a situation. I use Q-tips. I have an itch, and then I'm crazy. Why are y'all crazy? Cause you're crazy, crazies. All right, so here's a place you can look out for and go to some benefit they have. All right, and it's a standard in the situation for those that can't be foot soldiers to um, intel gatherers. So, however, everyone's a voice. All right. It's better to get out of trouble sooner than later if you've done something wrong. You know the best as more or less. It's not about you anymore. It's about just being the best you can and um, act with the new how I taught you to break away from information altogether as a whole. All right, and you got your new core. While you, in your core, you're working on things, so you don't have to deal with issues from the past that are off the charts. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, miscellaneous kills by forces are miscellaneous. Kills by forces these days are kind of miscellaneous scenarios. Either probably just end up in it, and then no one's willing to back down. So you youth out there that might clash right with them. Instead of throwing rocks and things at the soldiers and then trying to arrest you for it after, throw it across their bow to like um, slow them down was all you were trying to do, right? For the most part, because you didn't want doing paperwork, maybe solve this paperwork, then sitting there or going to the protests. You know what? Don't go to the protests if you right. There's no well, I mean, there's no none of that in the third wave either. And then if you're not in the militia, that's not your term. Plus, that's not that's a last stand move, not a uh, military offense. All right. I know what I'm talking about. You know, I know what I'm talking about. And all right, so keep it clean and nice. And so listen, we'll say 90 percent. Maybe I shouldn't go into this, but folks, yeah, people that make have made nothing forever and in money, and so maybe petty theft was natural, right? You can't keep doing that because a number is a number. Any of those papers, right, that didn't add up meant a well, if anything, a crime. Then, you know what I'm saying? But it gets investigated because then there can be a paperwork problem, and then a big issue where insurances have to come into it. All sorts of problems have been going on, and so they have to make sure everything's okay. And then when they can't find what happens, certifications have to happen, and that's when processing goes all around. All right. So don't go to a job and do those things anymore. If it won't at all, really. I told you how to do stuff, and that's through insurance, where nobody of the business, like no merchandise goes, and well, you had to pay first type of story, right? Whatever it is, and then freaking so since until we have our social security payments, I'll get that done too. Um, what was I saying? Well, the issue was so I had more for you. Um, even if it covers your rent and things like that, it's just a matter of time before it gets picked up. All right, and then that's what it is. And so you got to stop. All right, is what the issue is before it gets totally lit. And how that happens is through quarterlies, like every 3 to 10 years scenarios, and you never know when it's going to be. And then, so in any event, as a whole, things get flagged one day, no matter what, and they go back and or can go back. So, um, but like you gotta accept it for what it is. Like that's just what time it is, because you'll end up. And I'm sorry if you got to be able to, you know, something. In any event, so let's see. And then should something happen around you, right, of issues, they could end up looking at paperwork too, like, oh, maybe there was is where processing goes. All right. So you gotta freaking uh, do what you can stop, and then to your home, then on at those places, then trying to skim a business. That's for damn sure. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. And if anything, it's your whole Sunday morning and afternoon for clear conscience. You know what I'm saying? Or late Sunday morning do services. All right, youngins, here you go. Here's something to an article to add to your perception of a small business management textbook, right? Like I spoke of, to add a sliver of information to what things can turn into, plus um, be or turn into, just as good. Both are just as good. Oh wait, it's in these other area of journalism. Right. It could be. keep my It's no secret if your government did uh, spur the moment cover ups, right? People talk. That's why they talk, is because it happened, right? Otherwise, it's isolated, right? Or, and then there's a percentage that was true. That's just how it is. All right. You got to treat them for what it is. Um, so there's no possible way they wouldn't also censor the media and news outlets specifically. It's irrefutable. They would have to. All right. Well, I'm gonna be looking for. All right. Well, let's just go. Let me see whom the other was. Well, that was actually good. Hold on. Oh, oh uh, well, it's a documentary, not soap dish. There had to be. It hurts. Give me a break. What idiots? All right. Well, this is serious, and that was serious. Yeah, and then they have to walk to that time. Now, this is what's up. It could be lying, or she's adopted. Any jail facilities looking to house anyone, so Guantanamo doesn't have to now house immigration. Watch out with that gambling. All right, I can do that. All right. So every day that these officials don't do what we want of their job, all right, the bounty goes up $100 million. Here's someone else in this corner, a U.S. Marine that ran into a similar problem, and well, I mean, accused of spying. All right, here we go. This is a link to another scenario that can get aid. All right, do their clerk of courts like, well, yeah, it is unreasonable. Do all these other cases were no different than that in any way, shape, or form to the point they left it this way, so we can vouch for it being in the line of, a lesser situation. All right, show them the comparisons. All right, you got the signatures on the already. Do the rulings, and you use that with your evidence. All right, dropping down. Let's see. You can find more scenarios to get into, angles to look at for these people. All right, of where information was also just flat out ignored, and add that to their stand on it as null and void, so they can't hold her or anyone against that information. Yeah, hey, people, this is a good time to remind everybody the reason why the Queen of England was beheaded for witchcraft was because they thought demons would grow out of the liquid in this bowl of a couple chicken bones and some statues of their version of that time of pagan worshiping of what could be, etc. Demons, etc., would grow out and go and murder and pillage on the they actually couldn't. So wait, evil spirits, all those things, they really believed in the Lord in the old way with all that stuff of paganism where anything could happen. And they treated people that way with those versions of what we can now call religious crimes, probably then, right? Stand fast, normal motions, normal steps. Well, damn. This is not doing things are something to do, folks. All right. Don't forget to support your allied forces. All right. Crazy bastards, bro. I swear you're already on drugs. You're still attacking structural integrity now. Now you went to structural integrity on me. All right, the bounty just go. All right, every time they do something wrong, the bounty goes up $5 million. Also, along with it. Okay, well we'll do. Well, it's gonna be real quick. All right. Oh, so all right, we almost got one. I think this was the one I spoke of before, the assassination attempt on former Prime Minister Imran Khan. brink of paying me. Mhm. Well, I can't offer any more support towards um, that corner due they um, there is no more things to work out. It's do what the hell I said. Um, it was a story about Leo. Oh, all right. So, man, I just get wrapped up. So let's go ahead and cut this off, and I'll cut it back on. I'm gonna use the restroom.